Everyone, this is Char with Ariana Stark. This is your weekly love reading for the week starting from 5th to 11th October 2020. We'll cover all 12 sun signs in this reading. I would also like to add here that in case you want to proceed directly to your reading, then you can move directly to the timestamp given in the description box. Tarot with Ariana Stark would be quite happy if you would subscribe to my channel and if you would also like this video. Besides, you could also share this video with your friends and acquaintances so that even they can get insight into their life. Cross watchers also welcome to have a look at this reading. Like always, I will rely on tarot for your overall messages and also use a love oracle deck that I have here. For Aries, we have the card 6 of Wands, and I also have the card I was reminded of your scent recently. Certainly, Aries, I think you are coming across as someone who is quite attractive and who has a go-getter attitude. You have everything put together for you. So that makes you a lot attractive towards, with respect to the opposite sex, that is. But maybe you can even expect a marriage proposal, but then you could be quite put out, or maybe you may think that your pockets aren't too deep, or your family members may think that you suffer from commitment phobia. That is why you could reject a proposal, perhaps on a dating site or on a matrimonial site. I also feel that later you will realize that the person and you are dissimilar, or you may have different interests. That is why you think that this relationship wouldn't work. Those who are crushing on someone, I am picking up that you will be going gaga over the person's looks and his views and especially if you are cyber stalking the person on social media. Maybe you will also think that the person has spirituality or he's interested in spiritual matters, but whether he has any interest in settling down, or so whether you may be thinking that whether there's any use in moving forward or contacting him. Whatever it is, you're definitely going to be reminded of the person whom you have on your mind. Those who are romancing, I think there will be a good exchange of messages that your crush or that your lover or your person could send to you. You may also want to have a frank discussion with your lover over the future of the relationship, because Aries, I think you desire commitment from the person. Maybe in the present circumstances it's a challenge, but then there's hope in future. Maybe you will be both man and wife. Married Aries, I think maybe you should avoid meddling in your spouse's affairs. He could feel that you are poking your nose in his affairs, that is. Whatever it is, when your spouse is in a good mood, he will definitely make allowances for you and will also oblige you. Sometimes you may think that what has affected this transformation. You wonder what is it that he wants from you, or he wants something from you, that is why he's behaving himself. Maybe marital infidelity could also be a factor in your relationship. So maybe you will consciously distance yourself from members of the opposite sex. Let's move from Aries to Taurus. For Taurus, I have the card Strength, and I also have the card I just want you to be happy. Single Taurus, I think definitely you will be sought after, no doubt. Maybe if you're crushing on someone, you definitely may feel that there's a future in this relationship, or that you will be reunited with your person, or there's a promising union on the cards, even if there's no contact in the present circumstances. Maybe your person, or if you're talking or thinking about this person, maybe you could talk about it with your confidant, but then the person could upset you by saying that in case you have already renewed contact and if he has not shown any interest in you, so you should not be hopeful of a future together. Whatever it is you still feel, or you still hoping against hope that there's going to be a reconnection with this person. Those who have dealing with an ex-flame, or in case those who have been spurned, or those who have had an unhappy relationship in the past, you will realize it is best to move on, and you should let go of that person. Sometimes you may also think it's already done and dusted and you don't want anything to do with the person. Maybe you will realize that the person has fooled you, and that you should open your eyes to the harsh realities. Whatever it is, you will definitely have a corner for him and you want that person to be happy. Even if there's a distance or if there's a physical distance or whatever. Taurus, those who are dating, I think you may be talking about your past, or maybe you want to share about secrets about your family life with this person. But you will do this after only much consideration. But you will definitely want whatever has been shared with this person to remain private. For some of you, I'm also picking up that in case you are in a secret relationship or in a secret romance, you may find that family elders may come to know about your love interest. I think many of you may also be told that you shouldn't latch on to the person in question. Whatever it is, romancing Taurus, I think there'll be movie dates, or your person could be behaving like a gentleman and he could pick up after you. Maybe he could pick you up from a place, or he could surprise you with gifts as well. Those who are married, I think you have to deal with a suspicious spouse. Maybe you may feel quite claustrophobic because your spouse is always monitoring your moves. Maybe you want him to outgrow this behavior. Sometimes you think that only when he needs you, then he behaves himself. Otherwise, he's back to square one. Let's move to the third sign, which is Gemini. For Gemini, I have the card Star, and I also have this card here. I'm afraid to take that next step right now. So possibly the person you're dealing with, or even you may be a bit hesitant. I think it's not the right time if you want to renew contact with that person who you have feelings for, in case you want to spell out your feelings. Sometimes I also feel, Geminis, the past could also make you quite nostalgic. You may also be dealing with someone from a past life in this week. So it's better to lie low in this period in case you want to renew contact with your crush, or in case you want to be with your lover. In case there's separation of some kind, that maybe it's an on-again, off-again relationship. So that all those thoughts could be there, but you may also find that there are people who are making it apparent that they are interested in you. Maybe the body language of this person could be a complete giveaway. But you know where to draw the line, because you are afraid to take that next step. Those who are romancing, I think you should be very careful, because it's a possibility that your secret love life could come out in the open. Maybe you should keep it covert, or maybe you may think that the person could blow the whistle, but then I think you shouldn't read too much into it. But just you need to be a bit careful. Many of you could also have dreams about your lover, or you may feel your heart stir. Suddenly you may wake up and you could feel the tension. Married Geminis, I think you'll be reduced to tears as your spouse could make some unkind remarks. Maybe your health could also be a factor this week, so that could make you a bit temperamental. Let's move to Cancer. For Cancer, I have the card Hierophant, and I also have the card You're special to me even though I told you otherwise. For many Cancerians, marriage is definitely on your mind. You may be thinking of settling down, you may desire commitment, or you may want to talk about your relationship with your family elders. That is a possibility for many of you. Many of you will also be reminded of your past lovers. So this card, you're special to me even though I told you otherwise. So this could be specifically for those Cancerians who are thinking that who let go of a person and you still feel that person is special to you. You may also have dreams with respect to your love life that could throw up some answers which you need to pay attention to. Maybe the universe is also giving you other signs, and you should be receptive to the signs that the universe gives you. So it could be a bit overwhelming, no doubt, but then you need to pay attention. I'm also picking up that for many Cancerians, there could be family opposition. Maybe your loved ones don't want you to form an attachment with someone they dislike. So that could leave you a bit disturbed as well, because you think it's your life and it's your choices. And it could become a bit oppressive, because the other person could always want to threaten to let the cat out of the bag. Though you don't want him or her to do anything, or you don't want the person to interfere in your love life. Those on an on-again, off-again relationship, I think you may be contemplating about the need to renew contact with the lover, but then you may retreat, or even if you want to take that step, you will withhold yourself. So this card also talks about you're special to me even though I told you otherwise. Even if you may stop short of telling so, but then you know that this person is special to you. On the other hand, those who are married, I think you should avoid tiffs with your spouse. I think the issue of money could also be a factor in your relationship this week. Sometimes you may also feel that you're always attending to the needs of your person or your marital partner, but then the person is not acknowledging you. Many of you may also be concerned about your spouse's health this week. Let's move to Leo. For Leo, we have the card Queen of Swords. And I also have the card, a lot of signs are pointing to you lately. So even for you Leos, I think the universe is giving you signs and you need to pay attention to the signs. So even your body could be giving you certain sensations. So you should pay attention to them rather than ignore them. I think there could also be an attraction. Maybe your friends could play matchmaker and you may be interested in the person. Your body, like I said, your body is giving you signs. But then you may also think that there's a social difference, meaning cultural, or your backgrounds are different and dissimilar. So that could pose an issue. I'm also picking up that for many of you, you may also want to put an end to this relationship in case there's someone showing an interest in you. Maybe you have feelings for the person, but then you could retreat from that situation because you think that the physical distance between the person, maybe it could go on to be a long distance relationship and you're not open to that. Whatever it is, there's an attraction, no doubt. I'm also picking up that many Leos, you have several suitors also, but then you could leave many of them heartbroken also because you may not commit to the person or you may be disinterested. Those who are crushing on someone will continue to cyberstalk the crush. Maybe you think that you want to understand the person's thoughts and feelings. Sometimes you think that he's a pure-hearted person and that's why you love him unreservedly. Again, for many Leos, I'm also picking up that you should be careful that if you're in a relationship which is secret or in a romantic connection which is quite covert, then you should be careful because somebody would want to talk about it publicly and put you in a spot of bother. Those who are romancing, I think your person will definitely acknowledge your talents, but try not to offend the person by making those remarks which he doesn't find palatable. Maybe he could put an end to the meaningful exchange or he could threaten to do that. So try to be more patient with your person. Even those who are working or those who are married, I think you need to be careful with your words, no doubt, but you are coming across as someone who is quite intelligent and witty. So maybe both of you need to work together and find solutions to problems that you're facing. Let's move to Virgo. For Virgo, I have the card Three of Pentacles. And I also have the card You Still Take My Breath Away. Certainly Virgos, those who are single Virgos, you'll be flattered with the attention from the opposite sex. Even on social media, there could be unwanted attention as well, even from someone who is far away or from a far off place. But you want to ignore the person or you don't want that person to have ideas that you are interested. So you will put an end to those conversations. I think also that there's a possibility that somebody who's madly in love with you could renew his affections for you or renew his desire to be in a relationship with you. Maybe you're also quite disturbed because the person you think is being unfaithful to his present love interest or his present lover. So this could affect you, no doubt. Again, even for Virgos, like I said, matrimonial sites or dating sites, you should be open in case there are offers from there as well. Those who are crushing on someone, I think even if there's a distance or even if the relationship hasn't been acknowledged, you think both of you are telepathically connected to each other. The person definitely takes your breath away. Romancing ones, I think romancing Virgos, you need to be discreet. Maybe if you may feel that your loved ones are suspicious, maybe in case they're not happy with your growing affections for this person, they may want you to do away with the relationship. Whatever it is, you will get those time to, or you will be quite sneaky and you will find time for each other. I think many of you may also desire commitment, or you may want the person to acknowledge his feelings for you, so you will confront the person wanting him to spell out what is it that he desires. I think for many of you, you will also be collaborating with respect to work. Those on a third-party relationship, I think your lover is scared of the repercussions with respect to the relationship, because the relationship is not a clear-cut one, or it's not completely clean, so that could have a lot of negative impacts on people around. Other than that, married Virgos, I think you have to deal with this person who is quite suspicious. Your partner could be quite suspicious of you. He may also accuse you of infidelity. For many of you, I think domestic violence could also be a factor. Whatever it is, Virgos, I also believe that maybe your spouse is the one who's going to help you out in case you need some kind of solution to problems. He's the one who's going to help you with respect to work, that is. From Virgo, I will move to Libra, which is the 7th sign. We have the card Knight of Swords, and I also have the card, I know it might be too late by the time I figure things out. Certainly, Librans, I think more than one suitor is a huge possibility for you with respect to your romantic life or with respect to your love life. I also feel that maybe this could make your person insecure in case you're already romancing, but you want to reassure the person that you have feelings for him. Sometimes you may also feel that your lover is quite closed off, or he isn't expressive, and this could affect you. You wonder whether there's any future in this relationship. Whatever it is, there's more than one suitor in case you are single. I think sometimes you may be quite affected also. You may think whether that you're just forming a connection with somebody and then somebody else could come on. So basically you have a lot of options this week with respect to your love life. There are people who show more than a passing interest in you. I think many of you could also meet somebody and the person could also make your heart skip a beat. Maybe there's a deep connection with the person, but then you're not going to acknowledge it, or you're not going to accept it. Romancing Librans, I think you'll enjoy the attention from your person. Maybe he's, like I said, he could be a bit insecure as well. You'll also be happy if he's making progress at work. But he also knows that you could also lose interest in him. So in case he is showering a lot of attention towards you, or he is trying to please you, then he knows that he has to didn't go overboard, or you could lose interest in the person. Whatever it is, you will definitely plan date nights. Sometimes you could find that your dates could be cancelled, or the health of your person or your own health could also be a factor with respect to the relationship. Whatever it is, I think your lover could definitely want to surprise you with gifts or try to please you in any way. Other than that, those who are married, I think married Librans, I think there could be disagreements over unfaithfulness. Marital infidelity could be a factor. Maybe you should not allow other people to meddle in your relationship in case you find that somebody is trying to be supportive of you when there are arguments, and this could irk your person all the more. So this card here, it may be too late to figure things out. This could spell true, because it says here it might be late in case the person whom you have on your mind, in case the person is undecided. So, or even the person whom you are dealing with, you want to reassure him, but he thinks that maybe you could move on. So that could hold true in that case with respect to your connection. Let's move to Scorpio. Card 8 of Wands. And I also have the card, I'm trying to do the honorable thing. Certainly for single Scorpions, you will be definitely much admired, or you will be much sought after by the opposite sex. Maybe a particular suitor will go all out of his way to woo you. Even you have feelings for the person, but then you may withhold yourself. I'm also picking up that your social life is going to be on the upswing, so that definitely throws you in the path of other people or other members of the opposite sex. So you should be open to the romance. Even people from other community could show an interest in you. Whatever it is, you should also be careful, because there will be unwanted attention that is coming your way. There's an ant here. Maybe you have to focus on work, like I said. So maybe on account of work also, because the ant signifies work. We are outdoors, so that's why I think the garden ant has come in. Whatever it is, those who are crushing on someone, I think Scorpions who have feelings for someone, you could continue to cyberstalk the person in question. You also know that the person is a phone call away, so you would want to renew contact with the person, or you want to make that phone call, but then you could decide against it. Romancing Scorpions will definitely have brief but profound conversations with your love interest. Maybe the romantic weather could also stir up feelings in you and make both of you nostalgic. Sometimes, Scorpions, you'll also be discussing your respective family members. Or maybe you look at your person, or you look for support and advice from your person. Maybe you will also plan date night. Some of you may also be traveling to be with your person. Married Scorpions, I think you should be more patient with your person. Maybe he could accuse you of neglecting him. He needs more time with you. Basically, you need to understand that you should appreciate the little gestures or the acts of kindness or thoughtful attitude of your lover or your marital partner to sustain the relationship. Maybe you should not carp, or you should not find faults all the time. He is definitely trying to do the honorable thing to keep this relationship going. So you should acknowledge the gestures rather than snub the person. Let's move to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, I have the card 7 of Swords. And I also have the card, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Certainly attention from the opposite sex is going to come your way this week. Even work colleagues could make a pass at you, but you may not realize that they are doing so, that they are hitting on you. There could also be someone who is madly in love with you, but then you are disinterested, and besides you think there's no point stringing anyone along. Single Sagittarians can also expect a marriage proposal from a far-off place. Maybe even a pushy relative could want to play matchmaker or play Cupid, and this could irk you a bit, maybe because you're disinterested. Whatever it is, those who have someone on their mind will continue to watch the person or observe the person. Maybe you could do so secretly on social media. Sometimes you may think that you're soulmates or that you're telepathically connected to each other, even if there's no communication. I think for many Sagittarians, you may want to settle down, but some of you may also, there are those times when you will get cold feet. You may think settling down with somebody is quite scary. Romancing Sagittarians, I think it would be better to be more romantic rather than be analytical in your relationship. Maybe you should be careful with your words, or because your words could cut like a knife and could ruin your chances of happiness. I think you also desire commitment, but then your lover may be the one who may be thinking that you fear commitment. Whatever it is, you're both going to enjoy some conversations which you will where you will appreciate each other. Maybe you're happy that your person is doing well professionally. Married Sagittarians, I think you should be very careful, because the chances of putting up with a person who is going to subject you to spousal abuse is a possibility. So in any relationship, you desire respect, and the person should not denigrate you. Some of you may also be concerned because you may find that your in-laws always find you dominating, or they think you are a domineering personality, so that could affect you. So sometimes you may also think, or you may wonder whether you're cut out for this. Maybe you think that you need to walk away from the marriage. Let's move to Capricorn. For Capricorn, I have the card Ace of Pentacles. And I also have the card I feel too much pressure right now. Certainly you need to give the person whom you are dealing with space and time, because pressure could unnerve the person. There could maybe, for some of you I'm also picking up, there may be work related pressure. So both of you need to understand that for love to blossom there should also be space. Besides, it's all about timing, it's all about divine timing which is at work. I think you could also be collaborating with your person in case, or maybe you could take ideas from the person with respect to work. Married Capricorns, I think there could be situations when you find yourself being made the scapegoat, or maybe you are being made the fall guy. Maybe you are also hurt because of this situation, but you should maintain your poise. Sometimes you may also feel that there's no point overreacting. So, because you will be getting the blame, so you may stop yourself. Later on, you will realize that it is your spouse who is trying to pacify you. So this could be quite a surprise for you. Those who are in an unhappy relationship or in an unhappy marriage, you'll be quite peeved because your person or your partner could talk about the unhappy relationship with a third person. That's something which you don't want, or maybe you don't want dirty linen to be washed in public. Many Capricorns will also be concerned about the health of your child this week, or maybe another family member could be unwell. Whatever it is, there will be those moments in case you have someone on your mind, in case you're crushing on someone. You may be emotional, maybe you desire union, or you feel that strong pull or the strong urge is there, but then you don't know what to do about it. So that is why it could make you a wee bit emotional. So that I feel too much pressure right now. So that is why it could feel overwhelming for you. Let's move to Aquarius. For Aquarius, we have 8 of Cups. I'm also getting the card, I know I made a huge mistake. Aquarians, you could be quite emotional this week. There could be some kind of situation where you feel at a loss. There could be moments of anxiety as you worry about whatever the condition you are in. In case you're in an unacknowledged relationship, you may want clarity from the universe. Maybe you think that you should understand whether there's any future in this relationship, or you would want, basically you want answers, or you want answers from the universe about whether to proceed with the relationship or whether to put an end to it. Single Aquarians, I think there's a chance that you may reconnect with somebody, but then I'm also picking up that maybe both of you will not acknowledge your feelings for each other, and this could make both of you quite restless as well. Even though the relationship, there's deep love between both of you, but then you may instinctively feel that you need to pull away. So that is why this card 8 of Cups, maybe you are moving away from that kind of a connection, or some kind of limitations are also there. Maybe the person is in a third party situation, that's why you pull away. Those who are romancing Aquarians, I think you will be watching videos, or you may be watching movies with your person, or maybe you are also reading up on soulmate relationships. Largely, I think romancing Aquarians, you will enjoy love chats on the phone, or you want the conversation to go on and on. Basically, there's a desire to be connected with each other. Married Aquarians, I think many of you will be quite stressed out because you think about the financial condition. I'm also picking up that your partner may think of another venture or another line of work, but you wonder what will happen in the transition phase. So that could affect you emotionally as well. Some kind of a feeling of loss is there. Last but not the least, let's move to Pisces. For Pisces, I have the card King of Cups, and I also have the card, I just got sidetracked. Certainly, single Pisces, you can expect yourself to be wooed, but whether you accept the offer of love the cup of love is surely your call, no doubt. Many of you may also having dreams about your ex, or maybe your ex-flame could try to reach out to you this week. Some of you are already romancing. You may feel that why should you always take the initiative. So I just got sidetracked does seem to imply here that you may feel that there are times that you're being ignored, or even the person whom you're dealing with could feel that you're neglecting him. Those who are married Pisces, I think you have to deal with a person who is quite irritable. Your spouse could be suspicious as well. Even you could be suspicious, or you could link your person with other members of the opposite sex. So that could affect your relationship or your marriage, no doubt, this week. Whatever it is, I think your person or whoever you're dealing with, I think many of you will also be looking for medical advice or seeking legal advice with respect to your life, or in any situation that you are in, that is a possibility. The person whomever you are dealing with is coming across as an advisor or a counselor, or maybe even you are coming across as that person who's quite wise, who's like the wise owl, that is. I hope everyone you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. We have the weekly love reading for each week, which is published on Sundays, so have a look at it to get insight into your love life. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.